part of the Head Start grant is we're gonna move this, which used to be kind of right there, we're gonna extend that down, so then we're gonna come out onto Beaver right here. And then there's also gonna be a new little expanded lot right in this area here. And this isn't a ironic terminology, but this lot right here, the concrete for this was, asphalt was value engineered. Doesn't it sound like you're getting something more? It's opposite. Value engineered means that we're losing it. So right now in the construction numbers that you've seen, this lot is designed to be gravel, fines, crusher fines, gravel kind of a lot. And in the permit review process, when we submitted to the state/the city for all of our safety fire approvals, effectively the city is going to require us to have a concrete driveway right in the middle of that parking lot. So it'll be gravel up here and gravel right here and a concrete pad. So a fire truck can drive in here and can sit, a large fire truck, and then use that fire truck location to spill water on a potential fire in the new addition. And so I have in front of you on the separate little handout sheet is a cost projection. And I kind of want to review some potential change orders with the board. So if you could refer to this little single page cost sheet. Our total construction costs in the top section, between the metal building, the construction costs, our soft costs, and our current amount we have left in contingency is a total of $3.6 million. Subtract the $2.6 million we're going to get from Head Start. Subtract our modular insurance that we're going to have coming out of the grant. Excuse me, the modular insurance for the demo and replacement of our modulars, less what we had to pay in tear out fees, and I've carved out a piece of that for the new Pioneer storage shed where one of the modulars used to sit. So that's about net of $300. So our out-of-pocket cost to complete the wing addition is $750,000 above our insurance dollars. So before you this evening are some items for your consideration. The first one is that change order number 9, and if you can envision this driveway right here, there's a little concrete spot right here. It's a little, probably a 5-foot pad. There's some sewer lines underneath it, but this is asphalt, and this is all asphalt. Option number 9, as you can see on that drawing, would be to replace all of that and all of this, which was in the design, was to be asphalt. That would be 100% concrete from here all the way through the bus drive lane and then out this other end. It would cost us $109,000 to upgrade the budget asphalt and pave this with concrete instead of the existing asphalt. Is everybody kind of with me on location, what that would look like? So the cost to put in this required fire lane is $16,279. To do all of this lot in concrete is $39. So that would be to do the gravel part, and the gravel part would be an additional net of about $23,000. Our concern is a concrete strip down the middle as you drive into the parking lot and then pull off into gravel on both sides. What do you do with snow removal in the winter? We're thinking that's going to be just kind of an ongoing maintenance issue, is trying to have concrete, gravel. So a full meal deal proposal would be is that we would pay all of the entire drive lane. We would put in the required fire lane here, and then we would pave the 2 gravel areas right there, which is going to be about $150,000 ballpark additional cost. So that would take our out-of-pocket costs for the Head Start addition could be about 900,000.
So let me just make sure, so what's the rationale behind the concrete on the whole west side, just so it all is the same all across there? As opposed to just doing that one area on the north side?
Well, if you can envision our capital replacement plan, that parking lot is on our replacement plan because that's asphalt where the buses drive in. That cost is coming as an
Okay.
asphalt replacement
Okay, gotcha.
because the wear and tear on this in here is pretty significant. We're seeing the cracking of the asphalt. It's on our list, but it's down the road a ways. And this wear and tear in that area because of the heavier buses that pull
So
through
the
there.
concrete would not wear the same, it would be improved? Be
In
more
theory,
durable?
yes, you don't get the squishing out and those kind of things with the asphalt as you do, or with the concrete as you do with the asphalt. And then that would include an upgrade of this from asphalt to the concrete, so this would be concrete from all the way here. And then, as I mentioned, the last piece is to get these two, we have to do this.
Right.
Part of our permit review requirements is we have to have concrete pads with fire trucks sit on. And this is really kind of an impractical situation. Mike Bailey is really concerned about that. How do you keep that? How do you keep the gravel on the gravel part, not all over the driveway? What do you do with that in the winter? How do you clear off the snow when it's gravel and then concrete? Scrape the concrete, let you fend for yourself in the gravel. That's kind of the issue. So there's the three decisions. This one we've kind of made for you by the state telling us we have to do that. These others are all optional.
Mike, do you anticipate by expanding that bus area on the north, that will improve at all the traffic situation at Sherman in the mornings and in the afternoons?
Well, probably not, because
That's just
the
for
drop off
buses.
is there right now as it is.
But it's strictly for buses?
Yes, and there is some parking here that we utilize, and there's gonna be a few more spaces that we glean out of that. We had to address that with the city as far as, even though we don't know how many kindergartners and preschoolers would drive, there is a capacity to parking lot requirements. But we do gain some more parking, and this is an additional staff, which will free up some of the, if you've ever tried to get a parking spot in this concrete lot here in front, which is kind of the Head Start section, it's kind of a no-go unless it's a fluke deal. But this isn't really gonna do anything addressing the traffic flow issues, other than it would move some of the traffic that's leaving this entrance out here, and it would put it over here for the Head Start, and this is almost right across from Warner, so it would give an easier access. So to that degree, I guess, Trish, you would.
So Head Start would drop off then on the north? Parents would
Yes.
drop off on the north? Well, that is
Because
significant.
And this is kind of hard with now I don't even have that. The Head Start addition is moving from the west, is moving to the north in their new wing addition.
Mhm.
So they will come in a whole different separate entrance now.
Well, that could be significant though in the traffic.
That could help, yeah, that could definitely help. So their entrance is gonna be right here. And you're looking on your map, so that's not where the entrance is, but I'm hoping you're on the new addition. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see how the cinders or the gravel that they're gonna put out there is gonna work. I'm afraid if we would do that, we'd have to turn around and go right back out there, clean it all out, and pour concrete.
Mhm.
This, hence the term value engineer is an ironic term. That seems like you're getting something more, but
Not so much.
that's kind of our very concern, is that gravel thing is just gonna be an ongoing
Yeah.
what do you do there?
If we're gonna have to do it, let's do it the right way.
Yeah.
And it's not like concrete costs are gonna go down. Might as well do
No,
it now.
that's a true state. But But that's 900 grand.
Was that 750 what we had discussed the last time?
Well, not when we first started.
Right, but then
This guy.
subsequently we had.
Yes, the price has been ticking up. And this 750 number includes the right now, 126,000 to dig out that from 2 foot to the 6 foot. And if you've driven by the new middle school, you see this giant pile of dirt to the east of the new storage shed. That's where that dirt came from. And that was, we wanted that dirt. To go buy dirt is not an inexpensive thing, so we took all that dirt, moved it out there that we'll use for other district projects and fill in things. It's probably not the greatest looking thing, but it has value to the district to retain that dirt as opposed to paying someone to haul it off and then let them resell it. So we own the dirt. It's kind of ugly, but it's our dirt. So that cost is already all included in here. We have a couple of new developments. One of them is and I can't remember if I had mentioned this to you before, but since the new addition is a metal building that has a peak roof to it, and our existing building has a flat roof, there's a position in there where snow can build because you can't get past the peak of the roof before you go looking to the east. The snow could build up on the flat roof, so we had to expand the support structure on the last 2 rooms of our existing building. And when they peeled away the wall, just to tie into that, it was kind of an odd construction. The beam was just sitting kind of half off of the post, designed and built that way. So we're having to come back in and expand the structure of those beams to support an expanded joist across those Indian classrooms to support a potential snow load that goes off of that. And we learned today that when you have your beams in a metal erection building, they have to sit on pillars of concrete with giant bolts to hold that in there. And when you have pillars in the middle of the building, you set the concrete footer and the bolts down below grade, so your bolts aren't sticking up and you just kind of put a chase around there. Well, somehow in the design process, when they already erecting the steel, they already had the post mounted, they went to put the rafters in, and there's about an 8-inch gap because the metal pillars should have been 8 inches taller to account for that sinking of the footer, so the bolts aren't sticking up out on the floor where you would have public access to. So we've got a little bit of an issue we're going to have to resolve there. And so I told them I had a welder, I could come over and
I know some welders around here who could probably fix that
we
problem.
have some stuff. We don't think it's a big deal, but it's another kind of delay in the process.
I feel like this
That
is an
was
episode
a-
of HGTV.
What's that?
I feel like it's an episode of HGTV.
It's been, and I'm thinking that since we're now above grade, we're past the remodeling and stuff, but you never know for sure, but, part of our delays, I hate to pass this out to you, but permit review delays,
No more no more handouts.
and permit review delays, and slight little weather delay when we had some rain when they were trying to do the footers. We had a grid pattern layout for the iron that was, their own design folks had to be redone. The over excavation of the 2 foot to the 6 foot. We knew about some initial delays because of the permitting process. When we send our permit to the state, we go into the queue. It's kind of a first come, first served deal. And we definitely had some delays because of that. Then we had some further delays, like on the fire pad thing, some re-reviews of that. And each one of those kind of added some delays. So we were looking at a delayed start in September, then it was gonna be September 19th, and the last news is now we're up to September 25th is an opening day for Head Start. So that's definitely an increase in our starting date, which is gonna be a challenge. Marcia has already got the federal Head Start approval to doing home visits and contacting students during that interim period. They're gonna be doing a lot of their professional development training, some of their in-service stuff. They're gonna try and do that all at the front end of the year. I don't think Head Start's necessarily overly thrilled. Head Start regional, but this is no fault of RE3. It's just the mechanics of the construction business and the construction world. But it is going to be delayed, so we're going to have to start on somewhat of the information campaign. If parents are thinking, I'm starting my preschool and I'm freed up with my normal daycare time, and that's going to be end of August, well, no, it's September, that's going to be an issue. So we're going to have to start a process of communicating what the opening date for Head Start is going to be. So that'll be a task for
I think it's gonna be
Marcia and her team.
A big hardship for families.
It's definitely not the greatest scenario. We knew it was gonna be tight. By the time we got Head Start award, design, and final approval to get this done and be in there by August. But just a few of those events has now pushed us out to substantial completion of September 25th. So that is not good news. The rest of it is things are going as kind of planned. And so you gotta have a feel for some thoughts on the infrastructure piece and the paving alternatives and mitigating the value engineer concept.
Yeah, who came up with that term?
Hack would be a term I would understand, you know, we're hacking something away, but
I agree with Todd.
I think we just,
Say suck it up and do it, especially where it was already on the list. You know.
I think the new little lot where the fire truck goes, I think that would, we just don't see how that's gonna be a manageable deal.
Oh, yeah, that's,
You gotta-
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do that,
Yeah,
that's
just
just,
leaving that.
Yeah.
We could have the asphalt in the extension area, and we can leave the asphalt.
It was just kind of.
And that's not a cost that's not known to us, because it is on our parking lot replacement plan. We probably wouldn't have been doing it in the fall of 2018.
That would be my only hesitation, is it an expense that we feel is worthy to do now? Is it the best thing to do now, or that part, I mean, I get my north and south, the east portion, I think you gotta do the whole thing, that 39,000. But, do we really need to do the other part right now, or does it make sense to, if there's not a problem with the asphalt now, do we sit on that? Is there any disadvantage to doing that later?
Well, the one possible disadvantage is just that you have the mobilization of the concrete crews that are already on site. They're already tearing stuff up and digging it. There's a certain amount of that asphalt's gonna have to be patched because they brought the trucks in. They brought the trucks in off of that entrance to get in there, so that won't be our cost to replace part of that. But how much was totally damaged by the construction trucks and how much of that we get replaced, that's always one of those kind of nebulous things where we're debating that with the construction company. So there's some advantage of that whole component. The funding of this is going to be accomplished with the addition of the rural schools funding from the legislature for 1890. We weren't expecting that other $500,000. So I've transferred the $1 million that was in our budget that we approved last month. I've transferred that $500,000 of the rural for 17-18 that we set aside to fund this in the first place, and then there's the second $500,000. That's where we were earmarking that to go. There was gonna be some additional dollars, but we're gonna eat up about 900 of that little over $1 million if we did all these projects that paving would require here.
Well, I like the idea of using the one-time funding because then it's not something that we have to worry about later on, and though not doing that west part would save what, like $40,000 maybe? Because
Yeah,
it's,
because the asphalt is in the total
Yeah.
cost numbers. We get asphalt.
yeah, so it would, I still think that it would, your materials are never gonna go down in cost, and if you've already got the contractor there to do that part, I would think that when you decide to do the northwest part at a later date, it's gonna be substantially higher than what it's gonna cost us to do it now.
In our pricing in the long-term capital replacement plan for that north lot is asphalt. We didn't put that in to be concrete. We have some concrete lots, but a lot of our lots are asphalt. So that would probably be an upgrade if we did the concrete that we weren't anticipating doing. But the vehicles, the turnaround, the heat, I don't want to speak for Mike Beatty, our facilities director, but the turning and the squishing of the asphalt just becomes an ongoing maintenance dilemma for them versus the concrete. Excuse me. It's only when mom and dad going. 20 times a day. So further questions about that, or? The need is there, the funding is available, it would be a long-term permanent fix, but it is a lot of money.
Thank you, Mike. Any more questions for Mike? Okay. It's, HR Director, Mr. Boyer.
Thank you. Since we last met, we did hire a third grade teacher. That's the good news. We still have, we had 2 certified openings at the high school. We've added a certified opening. We had a resignation of an ELL teacher this last week. So we have an ELL, math, and counselor positions to open at the high school. We're very close to hiring a math teacher, a very qualified math teacher. We still have the math, science, health position at the Lincoln High School still open. Our one industrial arts position at the middle school, and we have been talking to a gentleman out of Michigan who is possibly interested in that particular position. And then unfortunately we're still looking for those 2 psychologists. Lisa Meagle, our special services director, does have one contract worker that she's got in the queue to fill one of those positions. So all told, we've hired 43 new certified positions to start the school year, and again, we're still looking for 50 if you add up those vacancies. So that's it in the world of vacancies and hires.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Boyer? Moving on to the consent agenda. For you, the consent agenda consists of the personnel action report. What's the pleasure of the board?
I move we approve.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Derek Gerken,
Aye.
Terry Lapp,
Aye.
Trish McLean,
Aye.
Todd Schneider,
Aye.
Lawrence Sharp,
Aye.
Dr. Smits,
Aye.
and Connie Weingarten.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to action items, we have one action item on the agenda. Consideration to approve the Cooperative Agreement Concurrent Enrollment Programs Act.
Move to approve the consideration.
I'll second.
Okay, been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay. Roll call.
Derek Gerken,
Aye.
Terry Lapp,
Aye.
Trish McLean,
Aye.
Todd Schneider,
Aye.
Lawrence Sharp,
Aye.
Dr. Smits,
Aye.
and Connie Weingarten.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Advanced planning, case conference is July 24th to 27th. New teacher breakfast, August 7th at 7 a.m. The all-district welcome back August 15th at 12 p.m. Is that right? The high school? First day of school is August 16th, and our next regular meeting is August 20th at 7 p.m. And next item on the agenda is moving into executive session.
Mr. President, just a point of clarification, and I'll defer to our new illustrious temporary secretary of the board. Is it possible to field a motion from the board to propose to approve or disapprove of those proposed change order additions to our Head Start contract? We just got the pricing of that this afternoon at 2 o'clock at our construction meeting. But I won't see you again for a while, and there is a certain amount of time constraint here.
I don't think you can edit.
I don't think you can
I think it's a
either.
48-hour time requirement
think so,
for
too.
Open Meetings Act.
I think he's right.
You can add an item.
You can have a special meeting.
Yeah, I think I agree with Dr. Hammock. I
2
think
days and
So then in planning session, we may have to have another burrito breakfast
that works.
to, the way our meeting schedules is falling, we won't see clear till August, and there is some time constraints of making these decisions, so unfortunately, we got the pricing today at 2 o'clock, so.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, I think we have to have that on the agenda or do it.
That's my understanding.
At minimum, I don't know if that's something can be done with a table, what do they call that, that did, in addition to the, but we didn't even anticipate it then, so we'll have to just, I guess, address it at a special meeting.
You can have a special meeting where it's a 48-hour modification.
So we would,
Do you want this on tape?
earliest
This
we
one
can meet
over?
then would be Thursday?
That's
Okay.
fine.
May
What's your timeline on that, Mike?
Yesterday.
Sooner the better, but, you know, we could probably do it first next week, or,
Didn't, we had a, I don't remember exactly what the motion was, but we gave the authority for those decisions to be made anyway, did we not? For the construction, about 2 months ago when this whole thing started?
well, you move that authority for signing to me, but spending your money,
I think it's gotta be either late Wednesday or first thing Thursday morning, and it would take us 5 minutes, we'll be out of here.
As long as we don't add
It would have to be Thursday morning or later than right now. It's gotta be 48 hours.
So,
Better, yeah,
Thursday the
err on the
19th?
side of caution.
So
Yeah,
Thursday or Friday morning.
You want to say Friday morning, everybody,
I could do either one.
7 a.m.?
I would prefer Thursday if we
Thursday?
could, but
Okay,
I'll-
Thursday it is.
Oh yeah, you guys aren't here Friday, are you?
Okay.
well, it's not that. I'll be way
I
gone.
cannot do Friday.
Okay,
I can
Thursday's fine.
try to do Thursday.
Okay.
7?
Do we have to do 7 or can we do 7:30?
7:30 is,
7:30 is, this is gonna take a whopping of about 3 minutes, if, you know, barring any other questions the board may have, but just
Okay. It's Thursday morning it is,
7:30?
at 7:30.
Okay.
I'm tentative. I have a check into this.
Yeah.
So,
Is it gonna be okay?
sounds like a plan. So moving on to advanced planning,
No. Okay.
we now add our special meeting Thursday to that at 7:30. Just be a quick meeting. And then finally, executive session. We need a motion to move to executive session. Executive session A, discussion regarding documents protected under the mandatory non-disclosure provision of the Colorado Open Records Act. According to CRS 24-6-402, subsection 4, subsection G, and matters required to be kept confidential by the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. And if we could have, invite Dr. Hammock, Dr. Frasco, and Mr. Boyer to attend the executive session.
So moved.
Okay, so we have that motion.
I'll second.
And the second, is there any discussion? Okay. Roll call?
Derek Gerken,
Aye.
Terry Lapp,
Aye.
Trish McLean,
Aye.
Todd Schneider,
Aye.
Lauren Sharp,
Aye.
Dr. Smits,
Aye.
and Connie Weingarten.
All right.
Okay, motion passes. And after that executive session to conference with an attorney for the purpose of receiving receiving legal advice on specific legal questions pursuant to CRS 24-6-402, subsection 4, subsection B.
I move that we go into executive session for a conference with an attorney for purposes of receiving legal advice on specific legal questions pursuant to CRS 24-6-402, parentheses 4, parentheses B, and invite Dr. Hammock and Mr. Boyle to attend that session of the board.
A second.
Okay, motion has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Derek Gerken,
Aye.
Terry Lapp,
Aye.
Trish McLean,
Aye.
Todd Schneider,
Aye.
Lauren Sharp,
Aye.
Dr. Smits,
Aye.
and Connie Weingarten.
All right.
Motion passes. We'll adjourn and re-adjourn in executive session.
Go to that discussion.